and welcome back to the beginning of week 4. I am Tex Hunter Ondell, Eternal Cries, hosted by my play-by-play.
I am Yubi, also known as Senior Machan Tamala, part of the 32nd IS team, and we also have here.
CWT1 Herworth with the Joint Maritime.
And so
Uh,
basically, we only have one match at 1900 between the 41st IS but an 867th Hawks. Unfortunately, they have to reschedule, so that game will be shifted to the Friday time slot. So Friday, March 1st, instead of having 3 games, we will instead have 4, be a longer stream. Not a big deal. However, we still have a match for you tonight. On the blue side is the free agent, secret agents, taking on the red side, the 501st large skill gap. Yubi, would you do your honors of reading the blue side?
so on the side of Secret Agents, on the top lane, we have Senior Airman Fig as Peachy Myra playing Shen. We have Senior Airman Alvi as Jabberwocky playing Poppy. We have Staff Sergeant McBride playing as me, Mouse and Pals as Karma. Senior Airman Soltz as Frozen Bullet playing as Kaisa. And Sergeant Brown uh, as I Downtown playing as Shaco.
And the red set from the 501st, you have Tiger Sergeant Jones in the top side playing Shen, set phasers to stun. In the jungle, Tiger Sergeant Bowman playing Vi, aka Bo Nasty. In the mid lane, Steven Bailey, Belle of the Boulevard playing Ari. In ADC, Senior Airman Toman, Wazdo playing Vayne, and to round it all up, your support for the 501st, Senior Airman Redmond, barely Copper playing Leona. As we see the comps slowly shake out, who do you guys think has the better advantage just based on early draft set?
So, seeing the Shaco support again from the blue side, I am going to have to just say it. I've said this last time because I watched the last game, Secret Agents. I played this. I don't like Shaco as a champion, so I'm always just automatically biased against it. But they did win with it last time. I'm still gonna have to go with the Vikings to win it this time, though.
Okay, Harworth.
I think I'm gonna have to match the amount of CC, especially that they'll be able to stack. If they got a Shen alt, Vi alt, Leona alt, there's not an answer to that much CC. Maybe if they would have had a different champion, but I don't see enough cleanses to make up for that much lockdown.
I definitely do think from the side of the free agents, like especially in that bot lane, you have Frozen Bolt and you have I Down Tawny. The synergy is actually pretty strong. Frozen Bolt has had a plethora of experience being in this league. The one thing I'm a little sad about, and I'm hoping he can get his revenge, has to be Bo Nasty. Production told me they banned away his Warwick and Rammus, so he had to play Vi here. And I just, when you get solo banned out as a jungler, you kind of have that little incentive to kind of bite back at him. But since both of you are taking the 501st, I want to say 501st, but you know what? I think that Soltz might be able to pull, or sorry, Frozen Bullet might be able to pull something out of his hat with Kaisa. So I'll play spoiler, right? I'll give it to the free agents to upset 501st. And free agents are actually second in the league overall, so can't really say they're spoilers. They are the favorites.
I mean, as the team who played against them just the other day as 32nd, these guys are really good with playing stalling out a game. They don't have the scaling smolder this time, but I think that they might be able to pull something similar off with the Kaisa. They don't have as much peel, but the damage output is there.
Yeah, and I mean you're looking at those bans. I mean, we do see the Draven Caitlyn ban as well for the bot side, taken away from the 501st, and I'm surprised. I mean, I feel like that's kind of rude too. We did see Peachy Mara absolutely pop off a few games ago as well. It almost pops off as Nasus. So, but that's rude. Let her just play the dog. Let her play the dog top lane. But with that in mind, I'm trying to think. Production. Are we good to go?
I'm ready to start this game. Just trying to memorize player names. I'm really bad at them. But other than that, I think I'm good to go. If we can get the started on. All right, cool. So, how do you think that they're gonna? What's the win cons on each side right now in terms of both 501st and the Secret Agents, because I think on the 501st they really got to play around the Vayne, considering that late game scaling against the Poppy and Wukong. She's going to be very susceptible being shut down because of the dive from like Wukong and Shaco. And on the other hand, I don't know if Kai'Sa's as much of a win condition as Vayne is, looking at both teams here.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with the 501st, right? You have Shen ultimate, right? You have cease and assist from Vi, so basically it's making sure Wazdo stays alive in this vein, just kite the entire time. And it's kind of hard, right? I mean, if you look over from the side of Secret Agents, who is their engage? Their engage is essentially, okay, Wukong, go in with Cyclone, try to knock everyone up, and then hopefully Jabberwocky can lock people down. But, I mean, you have Shen taunt, you have Ahri charm, you have Leona stun, as well as another ultimate stun. So they have engaged from the side of the 501st. It's going to be a little tricky for the Secret Agents to fight them. However, they do have the Karma, Kai'Sa, Shaco, so they might be able to poke them out a little bit. I think that's what they have to do. They have to find these small skirmishes in the early game. Find these, because it's hard for a straight up team fight. It's extremely hard for free agents to kind of get in and have prio on those lanes.
Yeah, it looks like both sides are looking for a standard clear this time. Surprising, considering that the last time I watched these guys, both sides opted for a reverse clear, and I think I'm used to that now after seeing it multiple times in these games. What do you think about the state of the game, Azazel?
Well, I'm really hoping to see out of blue side a 1-3-1. Really separate out their team, force the Shen to make desperate ults, separate out especially a lot of their CC and their damage, because they have rather short range damage. So this is potentially a very high kill, especially like the carries. They're always going to be right behind their front line, and if they can separate them out, probably get that Vayne alone, they can make picks and take the win that way.
Oh, that's a good taunt.
Very aggressive on both sides.
Peachy
Myra does actually have to flash away. Mid lane as well, looking to be a little bit violent with some early trades, but Karma heal and shield is kind of busted.
Kinda busted.
Kinda. That champion.
Bro, I remember when top lane tank Karma was a thing and it was awful.
Oh, looks like Sephiroth's stun might actually get first blood here. The flash goes out. The Peachy Myra goes back in and actually gives Shen the first blood there, and he will make it out. Sephiroth's stun starting the game off with first blood. That was a very... I think Peachy Myra was scot-free there if she just simply walked away, honestly.
Yeah, I think she was trying to trade back, hopefully thinking the turret can maybe take down and get a 1-for-1 trade. But at the end of the day, I mean, that early flash... Oh, good charm coming out. But the early flash coming out of Peachy, unfortunately, made more gank. We see a fight break out in the bot side.
Yeah, Leona does hook in, but it doesn't finish off the Shaco because of the traps going off. Both trying his best to get some return damage. iDownTown just taking shots from Vayne for free. And Wazdo and Barely Copper are actually going to go all in here. Flash is going out, and they will secure 2 kills in the bot lane.
Wow.
That was not expected. I think Downtown was taking way more damage than he should have. That bait was not going to work out.
They were betting on a little bit more damage out of the boxes than unfortunately they got. They played around those invisible boxes. So, rough
I don't
start.
think 501st ever walked into the box. I think Wazdo and Barely Copper were really making sure to keep their spacing on those.
And it was a good cleanse out of Frozen Bullet. The problem is, okay, you cleanse the Ignite, but there's still another root coming up, as well as Vayne just auto-attacking you for free, so couldn't escape. And Shaco was out of mana, doesn't have flash, so essentially at that time, iDownTown was just a free kill, like you mentioned before. Just those silver bullets coming in, free damage, and at that point, got chunked out, can't do anything, and in the opposite, excuse me. On the next kill they set up, Barely Cooper poked him down enough that was able to get, a solo kill for himself as well.
It looks like Jabberwocky is going to go onto Bell here from behind and might actually catch him out. Oh no, there's going to be the flash coming out from Bell. And no follow-up from Jabberwocky. Bell is going to make it out without dying here. Massive wave crash top, but Shen is infamous for not being able to CS. Actually, Gold lead is looking pretty big despite only 3 kills. I wonder what the CS scores right now is between each side. Oh, Okay, I thought Shen might have been going for something here, but it looks like, oh, okay, so Shen is actually double CS up from the Wukong, which is surprising with knowing that most Shens have a really hard time CSing with him, especially under turret, because Shen does not have the greatest wave clearing power. But it looks even overall in every other lane. The only
Also,
CS
this is definitely this is definitely their dragon. I mean, Shen already hit 6, and that's a huge ultimate this early on.
Yeah, it looks like Secret Agents is going to concede first dragon. Bailey Coppers does flash in, does not hit either of them with the stun, and is going to get speared away by 2 Jack-in-the-Boxes. Unfortunate stun there. So the Boulevard trying to get something off the Spirit Rush mid, but Karma will just take the hits, shield up, and walk away. Small damage coming out from Jack-in-the-Boxes here, and man, there is a lot of things going on around the map right now.
Yeah, there is.
So the Boulevard going to get
No
ganked
flash
again
on the
by
R, used it last
Jabberwocky.
time.
No flash, no Spirit Rush.
Is that
What-
the Shen ult in the mid?
Oh, got him in the wall. Good condemn.
Vayne does get the pin on Soul
Gonna go
Tier,
down.
and there's going to be another kill on Vayne. 2-0 on the Vayne to start the game. What a
And Vayne-
start.
Vayne is one of those scaling champions, you know? The fact that if you get kills early, it just comes a monster in the mid to late game. So the fact that you already have 2 kills and Kai'Sa is going to be losing out on all of this XP, essentially almost a full wave, that's another big win from the side of the 501st.
Yeah, and honestly, this kill difference is going to start getting bigger and bigger because not only are they ahead in kills, but they're ahead in objectives right now. And it looks like their Secret Agents are trying to catch up by taking some of the grubs early. They did already get 2 grubs, have not finished the last one. Those 2 grubs are enough, honestly, since at this point, 501st will never be able to get enough grubs to spawn the little minions. unfortunately.
Also, that's smart because they didn't want to overcommit. You know, Karma's not in lane. Karma recalls, so it's essentially a numbers disadvantage. So whoever said back off, you know, we took 2, that's fine. We'll get the next one. Really good speaking up and communication for that team.
Here's a roam being looked for here. Bailey Copper waiting in the bushes. No flash, no hex flash either. I'm curious on how they will catch the Karma here.
Yeah, it just sounds like a notable trying to, but no
Jabberwocky
dice.
might walk into? No, okay, so Bailey Copper does finish the recall.
One thing that's interesting to note too is wasn't able to get a mention because there was a fight breaking out, but barely Cooper. Sorry, keep getting Cooper. It's Copper. Excuse me, barely Copper, picking up the early sweeper for the boxes. So it just completely ruins all the Shaco boxes they put down. So it basically disables the traps and helps you identify where they're at. So that helps that laning phase go so much smoother for Wuzdo. And there you go. There's also spots out the early wards as well. So like you mentioned, Shaco is, you know, a good pick if you can get it off, but if people are aware of how they play around it, which is what they're doing a fantastic job in the bot lane, it's kind of just a useless champion.
Yeah, there's no real CC.
Yeah, there isn't.
Already having the lead as well. That's going to be a mighty mountain to overcome.
They look like they might want to engage. Poppy is in try.
That Karma damage is already just starting to go off. Already lost half of her HP in that trade, and Bell is not looking too hot right here. There is going to be a gank going at bottom. Jabberwocky is going down. Exhaust does go out onto
good
Wazdo
condemn.
here. Condemn does push away Jabberwocky, but he's going to flash.
They can turn
Bailey
this, they can
Copper
easily
to
turn
the wall.
this. Shen ult, Shen
I
ult.
does join in with Shen ult does not come through in time. Soul
Shen
tried
ult,
to finish
please.
off the
No.
Bailey Copper. Does finish him off, but Soul is going to go down here. Downtown is going to. Looks like he might make it out. No, Wazdo is going to go all the way. Hallucinate comes out for the Shaco, and he puts a clone on him, and it doesn't look like they will finish off the Shaco. That was a 1-for-1 trade, funnily enough. But I don't know if it's worth trading ADC for support there, to be honest.
Yeah, not. It's still a win, I think, in the 5-1st. But at this point, right, you were essentially down
The Shen
0-5.
ult does
so
not
you
come
take
through
any
in time.
kill,
Soul
but-
tried to
please.
finish off the
No,
Bailey Copper.
6-0.
Does
If
finish
set
him
phases
off,
the
but
stun, essentially
Soul is going to
ulted
go
bot
down
lane,
here.
unfortunately
Downtown
didn't,
is
so at
going
least they
to.
get some
Looks
kill
like he
out
might
of
make it out. No, Wazdo is going to go all the way. Hallucinate comes out for the Shaco, and he puts a clone on him. And overall.
Because essentially Kai'Sa dives in, but it's like, uh-oh, sneaky. You're going into a shed with an ultimate, and you can't do much about it, and then you just have to accept your fate at that point.
So, looks like they're going to start setting up for the next dragon. Secret Agents has the tempo on it, but Barely Copper is trying to slowly but surely inch his way in. The Karma is not taking the scuttle very fast, it seems like.
Slowly but surely.
slowly but surely. It's still taking that scuttle. Oh, here comes the Spirit Rush from Ari. Looks for the charm. Does hit Jabberwocky. Does not actually finish him off. The root from Leona
does go
Scuttle
with
does-
Secret Agents.
let's go see agents. Jabberwocky is still going in ambitiously.
Good
Gets
charm.
charmed
Great
and
charm.
gets knocked back into the wall. Fight goes out. Leona actually is going to hook in. Solar Flare comes out. Salts prematurely cleanses and doesn't actually remove any CC. He could have gotten away just normally.
Oh, the flash
Last
charm.
charm from the Bell to Boulevard, and it's going to take down Salt. Triple kill for the Vayne. And Bailey Copper looking for downtown here. Does not have anyone back him up. And Hallucinate will just scare off the rest of them. That is 3-0 for the side of 501st and a dragon for them. And Wazdo is fed. That Vayne is killed.
This is a huge problem. I mean, now at this point, you essentially just say, okay, we have to commit all 5 or something, because even if you do commit all 5, you still have set phases to stun to essentially get out of jail free card with Stand United. So it's hard. Like I mentioned it earlier, right? I was like, what is their engage? Their engage is essentially going to be cycling out of Wukong or maybe find picks. So they had to find these skirmishes. Unfortunately, the skirmishes has not gone their way. So they are starting to slowly push their team behind the 8 ball as you 4K down almost 12 minutes in.
I don't know if I've ever seen Peachy Myra actually play the Wukong. This is my first time seeing the Wukong at all this season, actually. So I'm kind of surprised to see it coming from her, and I don't know if she's experienced in it, but if experience and memory serves me correctly, Wukong is supposed to hard win this matchup against Shen. Oh, it looks like the Cyclone does come out in the 1v1. And doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Set phaser stun's actually just so much stronger than Wukong here. Jabberwocky does get the Void Grubs here and is going to pin the bite to the wall. Solar Flare does come out, does not stun. Kaisa Killer Instinct goes in. Set phaser stun does get the Shen all Stand United off. It does actually end up killing Salt, but he will take down Bo Nasty with him.
I think Itan Donnie might be dead here. Yep.
He does. Lucinate does come back and is following Vayne, but it's not enough.
Another great
does
charm.
hit the Mouse and Pals, and he will go down. Every fight just making it worse and worse for the side of the creator. Jabberwocky gets discovered for the recall. Does cancel out the Leona route with her field. And yeah, looks like he's gonna get away scot-free. It's not looking too hot for.
I mean, I literally just spoke about it. Even if you commit multiple people, you still have to Stand United. That's exactly what happened. Bo Nasty did the flash out of it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you see Frozen, he's trying to get something for his team, trying to get some kind of kill, but it took so long for Stand United Shield to get off the vibe. By the time he was finally able to kill, it doesn't matter. It's essentially a 1-for-1, and you do, or a 2-for-1. You do take it, but you're just getting chunked out by everything. And yeah, it says 5K gold, not even 14 minutes in, 12-2 for the side of the Falcons. Want to get this Rift Herald, but you just look at the item difference purely on just the Vayne. I don't think you even have the items to even contest that. I think
they are chunking him out. Vayne is starting this fight at half HP. Set phase is stunned. If the scoreboard is looking right, it's not up. Poppy is going to go with Steadfast Presence. No Dasher is going to be going out here. The Cyclone does get a 3-man knockout. Shaco Box actually fears 3 people. Bell the Boulevard comes back for the side, aims for Salt here. Salt is going to get soloed down by Bell, and Bell's going to go down with her. With him. Salt actually makes it out here. Shen is going to go down here, and Secret Agents is actually going to come out on top of this fight, taking down Wazdo as well. It's a ace a 3-4-5 trade, and they're battered, they're beaten, they're bruised. Sorry, the 2-4-5 trade, but they actually came out on top despite that difference. What was a 5k gold difference now has been dropped to 2k.
Did
That
they also
literally-
get Shelly out of that?
They did. Poppy got
did.
Poppy was able to get the rift, so they had a bounty. What's crazy to me is that fight, Frozen Bullet was 2-5. They're now 5-5 with Shutdown on top of it, and like 3 of the kills went to Frozen Bullet. And you look at that goal, like he was down almost 3k to his lane component, or his lane opponent, and now he's bridged it back to just under 1,000. Like that was crucial. Great boxes, great Cyclone, and just locked him up. Also, the I think it's Steadfast Presence is the Poppy W, I believe, to knock Leona, so you just cannot escape. Everyone got locked in place. Vi couldn't Q, Leona couldn't. Zenith is Steadfast Presence, yeah. Zenith Blade from Leona didn't come out. Vi Assault and Battery didn't come out. They just got trapped, and because they got trapped, they just got absolutely obliterated. So that was a great team fight coming out for the Secret Agents.
Never would I ever thought, sorry, but never would I ever thought that ever see a combo with Shaco boxes versus.
That's true. Another fight for itself.
comes out. There's going to be a lot of CC going on to Jabberwocky here. Soulflare coming out. Solt is actually going to get soloed down by Wasdo. Charm does come out onto Hallucinate. Me Mouse Pals will go down. The CC from Leona's too much. They're actually going to return in favor of the ace from earlier and absolutely tear apart SA. I think that this one is this objective is definitely 501st. This dragon is theirs. Holy.
And it's just the last fight. The reason it went so well is you had the box and you also had the Cyclone. There was not a Cyclone for that fight, so based on the items, just couldn't do much. And they also realized, hey, there's a Kai'Sa in our front line. She has no protection. Yeah, let's just dogpile on her. That's essentially what happened. Take down the ADC, clap her hands, you know, like erasers. Nah, not a problem. We were saying Azazel? Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just a little surprised that I've been waiting to see a big ult from the Poppy to try and divide up their team, which could really trade the momentum, especially like getting the Vayne out of a fight and making a 4-on-5 in that matter. I'm really hoping to see that for, especially with when they won Shelly without really using the ult. I thought that would really divide up the team, get 1 or 2 of them out of the way, make it a 3-on-5. But we'll see how it works out in the future.
You can see all the major goal differences actually just emerging between the primary carries of the team.
It was 900, now it's 2,000 for the ADCs.
Yeah, it was close until that fight. How did that fight go so horribly wrong compared to the previous?
Yeah, well, like I said, it was because Kai'Sa didn't have protection. They didn't have the boxes set up. So there was a nice, once again, Bell hitting a nice Ari charm, was able to lock up Karma or the Poppy to walk in. And at that point, they realized, oh, there's a Kai'Sa in alt range.
Bit rush does come out. Sorry from Bell here. They're going for solo. Poppy is actually coming from behind. Misses the keeper's verdict to launch Ari. And Bell is actually going to make it out scot-free and almost actually getting a kill out of it in the 1v2.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, at this point, you have to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. You know, your early game hasn't gone well. The transition to mid game, you had a nice positive fight at the Rift Herald, but outside of that one fight, unfortunately at the Dragon Pit, you gave him over 4 kills and a dragon. So you gotta find, okay, that skirmish worked. How did that skirmish work? And then you kind of go back to that game plan, and it starts with setting up the boxes and the choke points. You have to do that for any of these objectives.
I think they also really need Peachy in these fights because that's what enabled the big start in the Rift Herald pit. But
the double AoE ult and the pop-up, adding the little bit of CC that their team has, gave them enough damage and control to win that fight.
Yeah, amazingly enough, yeah. We really need that Wukong Shaco combo to really go.
And this should be their tower too.
Yeah, this is mid tower. Okay, so Leona will actually go in here. Has to flash out. Barely Copper's making out. Solar Flare does come out. Wasdo almost cleaning out downtown, but is unable to and hits out to Hallucinate.
I don't know why, but every time I hear Solar Flare, I just get immediately reminded of Krillin from DBZ.
Honestly, true.
Destructo Disc.
Oh, it looks like Peachy Myra is actually looking for Wasdo here. Does come in from behind, but Wasdo will just roll away and nothing happens.
That used to honestly make me so upset when they used to say Destructo Disc and he would use it once every like 30 episodes. I'm like, my God, you can solar flare people to Destructo Disc them in the face. Like nothing is stopping you. They can't see, just solar flare Destructo Disc. That's it.
Dude, okay, let's not actually get too off topic here, but I will say Dragon Ball was an amazing anime. Anyway, continuing on.
Also, for Malignance on R, is that a common first item build?
Not that I've seen. And I've been playing a lot Ari recently. The popular meta build has actually been Lichbane first item into Shin's companion. I think the Malignance here is just more utility or preference from Bell's side.
Okay,
From
because
what
I
I
don't
can
usually,
remember.
I don't usually like if it's for like Malzahar or Fiddlesticks or I'm trying to think of the other champion, like Zack. Like it burns the ground beneath him, right? So okay, sure, you stay in the fight longer, you burn and do more damage over time, but I just didn't know the interaction with Ari if that even is worthwhile or not.
I was thinking maybe the plan is with how much CC is on their team,
Mhm.
like being able to pile on that DOT, especially on multiple people. You know, 'cause she doesn't have, you know, too many abilities. She basically has one that can hit everybody, and that dot over time will team fight that's locked down between everybody else. Oh, maybe that's a thought process.
Probably. That's honestly a pretty valid way to go. Okay, Watso is actually going to go in on downtown here. Does chunk them out. Hallucinate is going to go down and stun the Ari here. Spirit Rush, it does come out from the Ari. It's going to go down here in a bit. No way to reset. That is an ulti down from both the 501st and SA here right before this upcoming
Also, no
dragon.
exhaust on the Shaco so you can't even lock down the vein if you really wanted to either.
Yeah, so this might be a bit of a rough one. Peachy is still topside with TP. Will Peachy actually be able to be in this fight in time to help? Because looking at it now, it's going to be a repeat of the dragon fight.
I mean,
5 minutes
all
ago.
Shen has to do is just wait. Now, if you're Peachy Myra, I mean, obviously, keep sight. That's perfect. Shen's walking out of vision. Peachy has to follow me because if Stand United comes in, then there's no interruption. Cyclone's the only thing that's going to interrupt that ultimate. So essentially, right now, because there's no vision, you can easily Stand United.
Sorry, the time does hit the Shaco here. Steadfast comes up for Poppy.
There's Stand United,
She's gonna get condemned. She's gonna go down. Stand United does come in. And they have all 5 here, and they're just going to start the dragon with 2 down from the side of FA.
Yep, and he already has teleport. Yep, that's the correct way to play that matchup.
I think the biggest downfall is the lack of long range damage coming from SA, so they're unable to poke out 501st. And on top of that, they don't have a good front line to take on the initial damage or like start something significant, because there's a lot of kiting that can go about on the 501st side. Bane has her rolls, Ari has Spirit Rush, and Vi is just Vi. Plus with the added on Stand United from Shen, this is a really hard game for SA. Their draft, I think they just frankly got out-drafted this game.
You know, when you have to compensate for both mobility, tankiness, and CC, like, there's a lot of scenarios that go in the favor for the...
For 501st, yeah. They're actually going to try to go on PT Myra here. Cyclone does come out here, and she's actually going to take this in all the way. Vi is going to get the knockback and no longer continue that fight. But there's no Cyclone for this Baron fight. This does put SA at a massive disadvantage.
Good smite on Jabba though.
Good
But yeah,
smite. They do
I was gonna say, it's just basically what we talked about earlier. Is like they don't really have a front line. It's hard for them to engage. And if they want to do a poke comp, I mean, if you had Brand, if you had Vel'Koz, if you had Lux with Kai'Sa, like you could poke them out. Farm hooks them up, but unfortunately, Barely Copper is gonna. He's gonna live. No way Leona lives, and they're gonna kill topside.
Peachy Myra does go down to Waz though. Holy.
That's one of those plays where you think you have her, and then she barely escapes, and you just sit there in silence. Oh, that really hurts.
It really does. It's not looking too hot for them. So this is one of those game states where the SA needs to play away from like the bulk of their team. Instead of having all these players up top to match what they have going up there, I think they would be better off looking for shutdowns on like solo targets across the map. In this case, Bell bot lane or Shen mid lane, rather than play this dance at Baron, because they're not going to win fights. They've been losing fights since 10 minutes ago, and nothing in their game state has changed shown any signs that it will change and be in their favor eventually. It just looks like it's going more and more downhill.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Lucid, right, it's obviously Wasdo is your main focus, trying to shut down the Vayne. The problem is, how do you get there? So, I mean, you look at 13-1-7 at 25 minutes in. Like, that's almost a raid boss. Yeah, you're not a tank, but it might as well be at this point. But I think you have to do choke points. You gotta set up boxes. Have Poppy sit there. Have you know Wukong go down. You're gonna have to make some very how to lack of a better term, off the wall plays. You can't just do standard. We'll meet them here this objective a minute before. We'll meet them in to try and get vision. It's just, hey, they're not gonna expect all 5 of us to sit at this raptor camp and then just pop over the wall and all flash on the same target. Like, that's a crazy play, doesn't it? That you're not gonna expect. Is you gotta figure out something like that to catch them off guard. Because right now you're at the mercy of their tempo.
Man, it's so funny to actually see like Watso is honestly really fat and very strong, but he walks into one Shaco box and uses the 5th as AP, 4 more Shaco boxes, and he's out right? Oh, they're actually going to catch up Peachy Myra here. Cyclone does on now here, and Watso is going to finish off Peachy Myra top lane. It's just Wukong down before he there, right? That is not good. That is just really not good. And they're still looking to try for a contest for his steal. I don't think they should go for this.
I mean, at this point,
just
send in the Poppy and the 1 Shaco clone. Maybe you'll get something.
Keeper's Verdict does come out for Poppy. It is going to send away Wasdo. Despite it does not have Wasdo, and Hallucinate does pop CC's 2 people. Solt is trying to go in on Ahri, but Stand United keeps Bell alive, and Solt is going to go down with the Shen taunt. And Mouse Cow is trying to join in to help save Solt. Does not work. That is almost a clean ace. Downtown barely making it out alive because he is Shaco. And Shaco just gets free flashes in this. But ultimately, comes down top.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, like I said, they made the right play, but the issue is Dan United came in, made sure Bell was fine, and Bo Nasty immediately recognized there's a Kai'Sa. I'm saving my R every single time. And that's what happens. Cease and desist comes out, knocks you up. Okay, well, we know where you're landing. You're not going to be landing into a wall. We know you're going to be landing in this perfectly aligned pixel in the river. I have a charm. Welcome. And immediately the charm comes out, and you have a cleanse, but you still have a taunt that comes in. So pick your poison. Do you want to cleanse the taunt, or do you want to cleanse the charm? Either way, you're going to get locked up. And unfortunately for Frozen, I mean, try to make a play out of it, which is what you have to do in the situation, but they're just ahead of items. They're ahead in tempo. And outside of a Cyclone, there isn't a way to lock up or even try and peel for your carry. There really isn't. So it's incredibly hard for Frozen to do any type of damage.
Looks like Downtown is going to face check Watso here. Watso actually does get to condemn off into the wall and actually goes up. Final hour does come out. He goes on to solo Soul. That is 2 down for Watso. This is already a terrible start. Mouse and Cows actually got sold off to the side there. We didn't get to see that, but they are going to use Solar Flare and CC down Jabberwocky, and that is 4 down for the side of SA. No one down on free agents, and on 501st, and they are as healthy as they can be. This is going to be an Elder Dragon for them, and I think the game is frankly just over.
I mean, yeah, they look hungry, and yeah, I think I know why they're hungry.
Why is that?
You want to take this? Sejuani's flail is in the jungle.
Sejuani's flail is not in their draft tonight, and they are performing very well without him.
Coincidence?
Oh man, Peachy Myra does try to go in for a big play there with the Cyclone, but does not end up getting anything. They're just 2 behind. Barely chunked them out. Vayne is as healthy as can be. Leona is ready to just keep going in with this dive. That Solar Flare is ready again. The charm does hit. Jabberwocky is going to go down to the Vayne damage. Yeah.
Oh no, and
with the Elder buff, yeah, it's just over. Final hour pops on Vayne. He's going to run him down. Oh jeez. Downtown will go down here as well. Does not dive Fountain. I would have dived Fountain. I would agree with that.
Just like how you grief level 1 plays top lane.
Okay, look. That's a different story, okay?
Oh, okay.
Alright, so it looks like Final First looks good to win here.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
There's
barely
the fountain.
Conquering and
Yes,
pulled
let's
into the fountain. Will
Oh
go
my
down.
God.
That town does go down this time, and Peachy Meyer will barely live. Elder does not grab her today.
20
GG 501st.
Wazo had a 30 KDA that game. 21 and 10.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal performance. If there's anything I would know for 501st, Wazdo, their gameplay has been very heavily based on ADC. Wazdo has been having the most solid ADC performance I've seen in from all the teams in the season. Every time I see a game 501st, it is him popping off and his team trying his best to keep him alive so he can keep popping off. And to be frank, it was looking a little earlier in the season, especially whenever they tried getting Sejuani's flail on champs like Briar and going home 14. But now that they have someone like Vi, the Shen top, the Leona jungle, not jungle, the Leona support, sorry, and the Ari there to help peel off, Wazo really can just shine with no fear of actually getting taken down by any of them right now.
Yeah, I mean, whew, that's just again, so if you, I mean, like as far as the standings go, 501st are 5-3. FA just played each other. So as of right now, it's first seed is 29th undefeated. Kind of expected that. Second seed is actually the 32nd as of now. Third place is the 501st because they technically are ahead in the head-to-head tiebreaker. And then it's the Secret Agents as a fourth seed. So this was a big game as far as how the standings shake out.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal game for 501st. Is there anyone we want to pull in from their side? Just
If they're still here.
Yeah, I'm getting word that
I'm
they're
gonna
still
pull
here.
I'm gonna pull Wazdo up here.
Is Wazo available? Oh,
No way.
that is
I forgot about that. My fault.
It's okay.
Oh god. What's up?
Sorry. Okay. Hello there, Tillman.
Hello.
You had a crazy game today with the 30.0 KDA. How did you feel with this draft, and how did you feel with the game overall against Secret Agents? It was tied with 32nd for second/third place earlier prior to this game.
So, not gonna lie, I didn't know what the standings looked like, but I'm very glad that we could have pulled this out, and it made such a big impact on the standings. But the 21 and 10, I feel like I didn't even do anything, to be honest. Like, our team just played together the whole time, and it went super easy. I was just standing there autoing people, right click.
As ADCs do, yes. So one thing I've noted, right, is that earlier in the season, you guys were not having as anywhere near a similar performance to today's match. But as of like last game, right, the game before this one, your team has actually started getting some pretty scary like performances. Did something just start clicking to you guys after your match with the 29th that one night? Because like that match was horrendous, and the match right after, you guys absolutely demolished the enemy team.
So, I think we all just started telling Porter to stop playing Briar, and everything started looking up for Briar.
We had a theory. We had a theory that he wasn't playing, and that's why everyone did phenomenal.
Honestly, shout out Bowman for the game. He had a really awesome counter gank pretty early bot lane. He did really good for just stepping in, but we definitely miss our Lord and Savior, Porter. But we do practice a lot, so I feel like that made a huge impact in how we've come together, because we kind of figured out how we all play together and what is not working, and we made a decision on how we want to play, and we're just sticking with it, and it's been working.
So throughout this game, how you didn't know standings, right? How were you feeling about SA's performance from looking at their draft till like their performance throughout this game entirely?
I'm not gonna lie, as an ADC, looking at their draft was not very exciting. having a Shaco, Poppy, Wukong, everyone's gonna be jumping on me, boxes everywhere. But I feel like the way we drafted, having a lot of peel and just buy sweepers, and it worked out in the end. Yeah, so their draft is pretty scary. I don't know.
All right. Any other questions from?
Lay it
Really
on me.
Yes, sir.
Who? So, Bone asked. Obviously, they banned out Warwick and Ramos. That was a tad rude. Did he have extra incentive to just go in and start going ham on people?
He has been pretty quiet, so I feel like internally, yes. He didn't express that, no, not to us.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
it was definitely there.
I'm
Based
trying
on
to get T a little bit, you know, maybe make
no,
some
no, based on his performance, that's yes. He didn't say that.
drama,
But-
you know, drama hashtag drama alert with Eternal Cries, you know, and just.
I love it.
But no, I have no further questions unless you have any, Ziesel.
Oh, that's all I got.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. That
Well,
should
Yubi,
be
I'll
it.
let you do the outro for Thursday.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight. Wasdo, phenomenal performance. As for everyone else, thank you for joining us for our game, our only game for tonight. We will be continuing again coming up in Thursday, next at 1900. The next one. Oh, sorry, my bad. So yeah, join us again on Thursday at 1900. That'll be our next. Match. If the if Riot Games does fix their spectate problem, hopefully we'll have live games. We'll be able to
that'd be
make it
so
on
much
time. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Any last words from the others?
No, just I hope it does
Oh,
get
sure.
fixed because you know, Riot's a small indie company and deserves everyone's support, right?
All right. All right. Thank you guys, everyone. I hope you guys can tune in again next Thursday at 1800 for 34 IS Ducks versus JT Maritime. That should be all from us, folks.
Everyone have a good night.
Good night.